The stadium lights are on, the ball is in the air, and months of off-season debate are finally turning into live action. The 2026 NFL season has now arrived. For most fans, the immediate priority is locking in a season-long prediction sheet before the Week 1 window officially closes that isn't clouded by personal bias. To find that baseline, we look to the market win totals. These represent the consensus expectations from professional odds makers who have already quantified the strengths and weaknesses of every franchise. Individual intuition often ignores the depth of a roster or the difficulty of a schedule. Using these market totals as a filter helps ground your predictions in statistical reality rather than just the usual off-season hype. We start by identifying the teams that set the ceiling for the rest of the league. This quadrant chart maps out the 2026 market expectations. In the extreme top right, the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Rams share the highest confidence rating in football, both sitting at 11.5 wins. Directly below them is a massive traffic jam. 7 franchises, the Bills, Chiefs, Eagles, Lions, Packers, 49ers, and Seahawks, all sit right on the 10.5 win line. The challenge for your bracket is determining which of these 7 teams will actually hit that double-digit mark and which are likely to regress. On the opposite end, the Arizona Cardinals and Miami Dolphins are isolated at the bottom with just 4.5 expected wins, setting a clear floor for the league. We aren't using these numbers as betting advice, but as a contextual reality check to help you build a more logical bracket. The secret to a winning prediction sheet is identifying which of these top-tier favorites are legitimate and which ones are being overvalued by the market. Let's apply this logic to the AFC, starting with the teams at the top of the conference. Looking at this comparison table, the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs both hold 10.5 win expectations. We are selecting both to win their respective divisions. Backing Buffalo and Kansas City creates a historically safe path for the top of your bracket, as both teams have the most established rosters in their divisions. This approach does have a trade-off. It assumes rebuilding teams like the Chargers or Patriots won't make a significant jump this year. In the AFC North, we're following the data and backing the Baltimore Ravens at 11.5 wins. Choosing Baltimore means betting they can survive a high-attrition schedule against rivals like Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Finally, in the AFC South, we're taking the Houston Texans at 9.5 wins, as they lack a rival with similar offensive consistency. These AFC picks provide a stable foundation for your predictions. With the AFC stabilized, the true variance of your bracket will come down to how you handle the NFC. Turning to the NFC, we look for divisions where there is a clear gap between the favorite and the rest of the field. The table shows the Philadelphia Eagles at 10.5 wins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 8.5. Both have clear mathematical separation from their divisional opponents. While these are safe picks for the regular season, remember that winning a weak division doesn't necessarily prepare a team for the elite rosters they'll face in the playoffs. That brings us to the most contested division in the league, the NFC North. This is a dead heat. The market expects the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers to be virtually identical, with both teams sitting at 10.5 wins. We are giving the edge to the Lions. Their offensive line consistency and experience in close games make them more reliable over a 17-game stretch. Because most people will be split on this division, getting this call right is often the difference between sitting at the top or being buried in the middle. Finally, we move to the NFC West, which is arguably the deepest division in football. The Rams sit at 11.5 wins, but the 49ers and Seahawks are right behind them at 10.5. This is a massive concentration of talent in a single region. By picking the Rams, you're aligning with the team the market identifies as the strongest in the NFC. The trade-off is that this pick relies on a veteran roster staying healthy through 6 incredibly physical divisional games. However, history shows that teams surviving a gauntlet like this often emerge as the most resilient rosters heading into the postseason. Now we map these regular season totals into a postseason bracket to see who actually has the best path to a title. In the AFC, the Baltimore Ravens have the most direct path. Their high win total and defensive consistency make them the most likely representative for the conference. The NFC is more crowded. While teams like the Eagles and Lions have high ceilings, we expect the Rams to navigate that conference because their experience in a deeper division has better prepared them for elite playoff matchups. That gives us a Super Bowl matchup between the two highest-rated teams in the league, Baltimore and Los Angeles. Based on their ability to win close games against top 10 opponents all season, we're picking the Los Angeles Rams to win it all. This prediction balances the objective data of the win totals with the practical reality of which teams are best prepared for the attrition of the playoffs. If you're in a large office pool, sticking to these high-probability win totals is your best bet to stay competitive against a big field. But if you're in a small group, you need to find places to differentiate. That means picking a few strategic upsets where you think the market is wrong. The NFC North and the AFC South are the best places to look for those upsets, as those divisions have the most room for a younger team to exceed expectations. You can download this free, printable 2026 prediction sheet at sportsbrackets.net to start mapping out your own picks. Use the market data to ground your choices, apply your own logic to the close races, and get your predictions locked in before the first kickoff.